Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am working on week 39 in my 2023 Project Life album, and I've got a whole bunch of random bits and pieces from my citrus twist stash. Anything that I can, I will link in the description box for you, but I've basically just got a whole load of bits and pieces because technically, this was a week that was still in October, but because I have finished with my October crafting, I'm not using October supplies. So it was a little bit kind of an odd kind of in-between week. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, whether I was going to try to make it like Halloween-y or not. And in the end, I went with not, but I've kind of got colors going on here that are definitely not my norm. So I've got some citron green in there. There's some black and white, some pink. There's just a whole lot of stuff going on. The photos you can see that there's kind of a lot of orangey sort of tinges in there, apart from my giant pink and blue floral there, which I love so much. The rest of it, still a little bit of Halloween-y colors. So I'm kind of going to lean in and just use some random colorways here. So like I said, a bunch of stuff from Citrus Twist. Some of it is more appropriate to the season that I am in, which is spring, as opposed to fall, which is everything themed at the moment. So I've gone for more sunshiny spring embellishments because that's where we're at. We're finally starting to get some sun back here, which is nice. I'm pulling out a bunch of kind of summery, sunshiny ephemera. I really do just want to keep this week reasonably simple after last week's kind of gargantuan effort with my little extra spread in there. I'm keeping things a little bit simpler this time. So I've trimmed down a bunch of photos. I didn't actually have any like journaling cards as such to use for my 3x4s. So I've trimmed down 2 papers, and then I trimmed down one of the 3x8 kind of bookmark pages just to get that plain plaid in there. Now I was attempting to use this little doily because I thought the color was like similar enough to the blue in my floral photo, but in the end it's not, and even on camera here now I can see it's definitely not close enough, so I changed my mind there. But as far as the rest of the photos and whatnot go, I just keep things pretty simple. So the first and mostly Halloween photo, the wee 2.5 by 2.5 down there, I added one of the die cut pieces that looks like it's a washi strip, and it's definitely not. And then on my other Halloween-y themed photo of me doing my vintage ghost painting, I just put a yes sticker, and that pink is definitely perfect for those florals down here. And right here is where it's not a mistake so much as that I didn't think far enough ahead. I just started stamping onto this photo, and I stamped this story from my stamp set here, and it's got this weird spacing and it didn't quite line up properly, and there wasn't enough space to like add anything between it. I just wished I had done it differently. So usually I would just accept that it is what it is. Today I am going to try to change it. So I don't want to reprint my photo. I'm going to redo the stamping, and I'm going to do that on some of the pattern paper. So this is the same pattern that is in the card below it. The card below it, I am going to add a bunch of journaling to. I've already gone ahead and printed that out on my matte sticker paper. So I'm going to add that underneath, and it is predominantly talking about this photo. So I thought it worked that the pattern papers were the same, and this one's sort of a lighter, plainer pattern. It fits the photo nicely. So I trimmed down a little strip, re-stamped those words, but this time I spaced them a little bit better on the card so that I can add one of these puffy stickers in here. And I did change my mind about the puffy sticker too. I thought I was going to use one of the puffy sticker hearts, and in the end I went with that kind of, I don't know what to call it, like an asterisk shape, because it was a similar, not exactly the same, but a similar kind of khaki, yellowy, greenish color to match that other card that I've got up here. So I'm going to work on that one next. I think I've got a little bit of a tiny orange heart that I popped in underneath that journaling, just a tiny bit to fill in the gap and add a little bit of extra color. Then I'm going to work on my last card here, which is just another one of those 3x4 papers with a smaller 2.5 inch square photo. It's a delicious new cocktail that I found. And so the little tiki mug thing, it worked perfectly. It's a little bit busy, but I'm just kind of going with it. I did layer a little stamp underneath there and called that an embellished cluster. And then all I've got to do is work on my title card. Now I did pull out this, it's just an ephemera piece. It says here for this. I thought I could use that for my title card, but in the end I decided it was a little bit much. So I just trimmed out the kind of label portion of it, and then I'm going to mat it onto another piece of the black and white paper. I trimmed that down just to give it a little bit more of an outline when it sits on this card. Like there's a lot of like scripty text going on this 4x6 card. So having that sort of darker black outline helps it stand out. And I'm going to use it as a base to create a little kind of title cluster here. I'm going to use the orangey red hello puffy sticker. It kind of picks up some of those colors in the rest of my photos. And then I'm going to use some numbers. And at first I thought I would just stamp these solid numbers, just stamp it onto all of it. And then I kind of changed my mind. I decided I wanted to add a little bit more color because otherwise this card's going to be quite black and white. And I've got a few pops of this kind of citrony color, so I figured why not add some more. The number stamp has the outline, so I've just stamped it onto the pattern paper in some black ink, so I still get that black. And then I'm going to fussy cut them out. And actually, I'm not a big fan of fussy cutting, but I really love how this turned out. It just adds that real pop of color that I was looking for. I could have stamped color, but it ties all those patterns together really nicely. Plus, I've got the perfect spot to stamp the word week, and then I can call this spread all done. Like I said, I will leave a link for all of the stuff that I've used that is still available in the Citrus Twist shop. I will leave that down below in the description box for you. Hey, thanks for watching today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, I'm going to leave a couple of videos on screen. Otherwise, I'll see you again really soon. Bye.